Like, whoa, what just
like,
happened?
not me.
Remember body language, tone of voice. Let's go from this stage. Who'd like to volunteer? How are we going to overcome some of these barriers? One at a time, please. Just...
I'd say knowing your clinical grid and your clinical information.
Okay, so understanding how to effectively place and communicate that information with regards to your building's risk tolerances. Okay, yeah, exactly. That's what exactly. Okay. All right, what else? What else? Okay. All right, so having some sort of reason or purpose for being there. Okay. Okay. Let me ask you, the group, something. Will every customer you have a liaison relationship? Will every customer that you interact with achieve a liaison relationship? No. No. Why? Well, I mean, take the business part out of it. They may not want it. Yeah. So, I mean, the purpose of the exercise is this is what we're going to strive to be able to build those relationships, to present, to sell our services, right? We also have to understand that there's going to be some individuals that don't want that. I don't want you to be all of that. I may just want you to be a problem solver, where, you know what, I have a referral, I have to move them now, make it happen. And that's your relationship. It all depends. So part of being a good salesperson is identifying where that customer is and isolating, can I move them to that liaison status where it's that, you know, harmonized approach to a little bit of everything? Or is it, you know, I'm going to be here because this is just how this individual interacts? Or maybe this person has a better relationship with one of my peers versus me, and I can use my peer, whether it's another SNF individual, LTAC, home health hospice, and maybe I can learn or bridge that relationship from them instead. It's just something to think about, guys. And not every customer, obviously, is going to want that relationship as a liaison. Some may view you as just a vendor. And no matter how hard you try, you will always be a vendor. Guys, there's nothing wrong with that. That is on them. Right? If we do everything we can possibly do, that is on them. I'm spending my time elsewhere. That's just me. Okay? All right. Let's continue. Social styles, page 20. This is fun. So, has anyone gone through social style training in the past? Yeah, it's a pharma thing. Yeah. Some of you. So what do you guys remember from social style?
Isn't it kind of like usually you have a combination of the two? Usually.
Yes. Well, what is a social style, though?
The way you deal with everything, interact.
It's the way you interact with people. It's the way you like to give and receive information. Everyone has a natural tendency of giving and receiving information. And social styles is we're going to help you guys identify not only who you are, but also how you can identify your customers and adapt to them. Because you're going to have some customers that all they want to do is talk about their kids, and some customers who are going to want to see all your outcome data and all your readmit rates, right? You're going to have some customers that will be like, yeah, just give me the three major points. Just give me the high level stuff. Don't go through the weeds. And there's going to be people that talk your ear off and you're like, oh my God, I got to get going. And they're telling you everything under the sun, and you're just trying to organize that, right? So how do we identify that, and how do we adapt that? So let's talk about that. So here's my little grid, right? So on our, this is very fancy, y-axis, that's the one going up and down for those playing at home. We have people and tasks. Why is that funny? It's what it's called. It's called a y-axis. And on, oh, okay. And then we have ask and tell. So for people or individuals that focus on people, they emote. And they like to tell. Right? They focus on people and they like to tell. We call them expressives. Right? They emote, they focus on people, and they like to tell. They like to talk. Now, the exact opposite of an expressive is an individual, instead of telling, they like to ask questions, and they focus on the task. So they're a little bit more introverted, and they're very curious people. They ask questions, so it's not about them telling as it is them about asking. We call those people analyticals. Please forgive me if I misspell it. It's not my strong suit. Phonetically, that looks right to me. Now, what about people that tell, like expressives, but they focus on the task? So they don't emote, but they still like to talk. We call those drivers. And last but not least, the opposite of a driver is someone who likes to focus on people like an expressive does, but instead of telling, they're a little bit more introverted. They like to ask questions. We call those amiables. Amiable. Okay. So do you guys remember American Idol? Like the old American Idol, not this new garbage one. Like with Paula, Randy, Simon. You guys remember those guys? Ryan Seacrest. Is Ryan still the host? He's still around? You can actually look at the original cast of American Idol, and you can actually give them a social side. It's quite amazing. Right? So right off the bat, Simon Cowell. Driver. Oh yeah. Right? He tells it how it is, focusing on the task. That was awful. You're going home. My ears wanted to fall out. Right? All this wonderful stuff. Who's Simon's exact opposite? No, not really. Paula.
That's what they hate each other.
Right here. Oh, honey, that song just wasn't for you. You know, you still look great. I love your shoes, by the way. You know, you'll do better next time. It's never the participant's fault, right? Paula's very amiable. Amiables are this kind of I'm okay, you're okay. No, she's not drunk. No. You know, they live in this world where it's kind of like all this warm, fuzzy stuff. Now, expressive. We got Ryan and we got Randy left. Who do you think the expressive one is? Ryan. Ryan is the host. Right? He's kind of interviewing people. He likes to spotlight on him. And I always see Randy's the analytical one. Because sometimes he'll say things like, you know, that was a little pitchy. Or, guys, I think you went with the D flat on that note. You probably should tuck it up another octave. He says weird stuff like that all the time. Dog, yeah, I've met him, by the way. Randy, can I have, I meet a lot of people in LAX. I live there. I've seen them all. Least attractive human being I've ever seen, Gary Busey. But Randy was there, and I'm like, I think that's Randy Jackson. So I go up to him, I'm like, Randy Jackson? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, can I get a photo, man, real quick? So yeah, man, real quick. So, you know, snap, get a photo. And I'm like, thanks, man. He's like, okay, you're in the dog pound now. You're in the dog pound now. I'm like, thanks for saying it twice. But yeah, so anyway. So these are kind of our social styles. Expressives, guys, they focus on people, they emote, right? They like to talk. Drivers, cut and dry. What do you got for me today, right? Analyticals, data-driven, the black and white, the details. Amiables, very people-focused, right? I always like to say, amiables always focus on the who. Right? Who does it affect? Who is this going to influence? Because they're very people-oriented. Expressives focus on the why. Yes, they are the most important people in the universe. Why should I do this? What's in it for me? Drivers focus on the what, because they're task focused. So they like to focus on what you need me to do. You okay? Yeah.
I'm just putting myself there.
Oh, you will. We're going to psychoanalyze everyone in this room soon. And analyticals are process-driven. They focus on the how. Right? If you say, hey, we're going to lower your readmit rates by sending your patients over to Kindred, blah, 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 the analytical is going to be like, show me. How are you going to do that? What's your data? I don't want to see that national data in your quality report. I want to to see local data. That's what they're going to say. To an expressive or amiable, sure, yeah, that looks great. Yeah, why not? Mhm. Yeah. More pictures, please. All right. All right, so let's say you go out to dinner. Go out to dinner tonight. Let's say you go to Love and War, which is across the street. You guys been to Love and War yet? You guys going there tonight? Let's say you go to Love and War. You're saying, what's good on the menu? Get the steak. Who are you talking to? Get the steak. That's all you need is the steak. Just get it. Driver, right? Tell, task. What's the problem? I don't know what to order. I'm going to tell you. Get the steak. That's all you need. Just get it. What's the best thing? Steak. All right. Hey, what's good on the menu? Jeez, man. Everything is just so good. I can't pick. There's just so. I mean, the steak is good, but the chicken is real. The fish. Everything's great.
Amen.
Right? Right? You know, last week, I think the chef put too much paprika in some of the seasoning, and I think he oversalted, the French fries. Just yeah. Seriously, tonight, psychoanalyze your waiter. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. But you can do the same with your customers. You can really do the same with your customers. Think about the customers that are here. How we interact with a driver is a lot different than the way we interact with someone who's amiable. So just based on what we know in the last 10 minutes, how would you start a sales call or any conversation with someone who's amiable? Generally speaking, what are you going to probably lead with? What are you doing this weekend? How are your kids? Tell me about your vacation. Would you probably lead with that with a driver? Probably not. Because they're always busy. They're always running 10 minutes.
And they'll tell you.
Yeah, I'm busy. Well, great. You got nothing going on. So not to say that you can't have that kind of relationship with the driver. It's just with these guys, get to why you're there first versus talk about the social stuff. So see the difference? And that's going to change the way we communicate. If I have a nice, pretty, fluffy, colorful brochure, am I going to show that to a driver? No. I'm going maybe a little bit more data, just a couple bullet points, just give me the topics, the 30,000 foot view stuff. I'm saving the fluffy bunny stuff for these guys over here. Okay? Likewise, expressives and analyticals. Expressives, right? Even Helen said, I hug my customers.
I was kidding.
Yeah, well, some people really do, and that's okay. Some people want to hug it out. Right?
I'm actually really shy of this.
Well, has anyone tried hugging an analytical?
It's not happening.
It's not happening, right? This is my bubble, right? Likewise, with analyticals, you've got to slow it down. You have to really talk in a way that we understand. Otherwise, you're going to be like, the hairs are going to stand up straight. Oh my God, what's going on, right? So understanding that everyone likes to receive and give information differently, we have to be that tumbleweed, right? Sales is like a dance, and your customer is leading them. So on page 21 and page 22, 21, the blue, that's you. Pick the call, or pick the item in each row that best describes you. So personality, are you outgoing, forceful, easygoing, or reserved? Work environment, pictures, awards, keepsakes, or orders. So pick one and do that for each one. And then add up your totals at the end of each column. And then on the next page, on page 22, guys, the red, think about someone you don't necessarily get along with. Not someone you hate, you just never can agree on anything, right? Maybe ex-boss, ex-spouse, current spouse, no. And how would you categorize them? How would you describe them? So the blue is you, and the red is someone you have conflict with. And then add up your totals for each column.